Good morning, just checking in live from the training room before we start day 3 of practitioner training. Just wanted to update in case people are watching are interested in what goes on in the practitioner training. I know before you've done one it's quite intriguing what is all that about. So just an update from yesterday from day 2, and it's flown by, and I know that I won't be the only person on the training who has that experience of the time going really quick. I'm pretty sure that all of the practitioners would say, wow, how come we're already more than halfway through the training, how come we've done 2 days already? So day 1 was all about settling into the training, adjusting to being in a practitioner training, which is a very different thing to do, different way of thinking. And day 2, I really saw the rapport build within the group. Everyone's getting to know each other. And it's one of those experiences, practitioner training, because you do the deep work and you get to know yourself in a whole new way. You get lots of new insights and understandings. And I saw that happening in lots of the practitioners yesterday, understanding why certain things had gone certain ways in their life, why they'd made certain choices, understanding in a whole new way. And that transfers into the way that you form friendships and get to know people. So when you put a bunch of people together and they do this work, it's like an accelerated getting to know people, and you get to know people at a deeper level. So friendships that last a long time are often formed in a very short space of time on a practitioner training. And I don't know where you're watching from in the country, but in Wales here, we've had a long coal mining tradition. And what was often, even though there's very little mining goes on in Wales these days, but what was said about when it was thriving is that there was a huge sense of community amongst coal miners, and that was because of a difficult job they did. There's very little room for niceties. We dig below the surface of polite conversation, and strong bonds are formed when people face challenges together, and they dig deeper when people present the real them. And in a tough job, you have to present the real you. There's no room for social niceties. You see this as well when people work shifts, when people work long hours or antisocial hours. They get to know their co-workers in a whole different way, and it's a deeper level of friendship. Now you get a similar sort of thing going on in a practitioner training because people are digging deeper, and they get to know themselves in a new way, and they also get to make strong connections in a very short space of time. So it's a really nice environment to understand yourself better, but also to make those connections with other people. So we had a lot of that going on yesterday, and that's typical of day 2. Day 1 is all about just into being here, and then day 2 is about the group forming and group dynamics. And also, I saw so many light bulbs go off yesterday, people getting to know each other and to know themselves. And through the day, there were many instances where people identified a pattern or a program that they'd been running that was unhelpful, and they decided right there and then to change it. So the other thing that happens when people are helping each other to make those kinds of changes, every single person in this room yesterday had an experience of helping somebody else to make that kind of a change, a really good change to the way that they felt about something, and therefore a change in the possibility of behaving in that certain set of circumstances. Every single person in this room had the experience of helping somebody else to make a change at that level, to make a change that will make an actual difference to the way that they feel and the way they behave in day-to-day life. And that's a really nice thing to experience, and that would have happened. We didn't do any exercise yesterday that lasted more than 15 minutes. So to learn a skill, I'm not sure if anyone who's on the training expected by day 2 to be helping other people to make those kinds of changes within 15 minutes. But everybody had that experience yesterday. Everybody had the experience of making at least one of those changes, probably many of those changes for some people. And everyone had the experience of helping somebody to make a change like that in a very short space of time. And hey, we're just halfway through the first 4 days, which is amazing. It's a brilliant place to be. So when that happens, when people get that experience of I helped somebody else make a significant change and in a really quick space of time, I know that doesn't just affect the person who made the change, it also affects the person who helped that change to happen, who facilitated that change. It affects that person's sense of self and sense of identity. And that's a really amazing thing to be able to do, and it will challenge your belief in who you are. It will expand the boundaries of what you think you can do, what you know you can do, because you've actually seen the process, you've used the process, and you've seen that change happen in the person that you worked with, and then you get the feedback and they tell you how different they felt and feel because of the change that they made. So really, really special day, day 2. The magic starts to really happen. And fantastic to see people adjusting to the training and really starting to feel comfortable in the training room and take up their space and enjoy being here. So that's my resume of day 2 anyway. I'm going to check in again at this sort of time tomorrow, so if you're around, check in and we'll tell you what we get up to today. I'm off now to have a really good day's training with these guys. See you soon.